So we got a couple of things to go over. I say we start things off strong with probably one of the stronger parts of Persona 4, the great setting they chose for this type of game.
Tell me about Inaba.
Alright, you know how in Persona 3 there were things to do around town?
Mm-hmm.
There was like an arcade.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this.
Well, Persona 4 has the highlights of there is a small restaurant and Junes.
Yeah. And there's like a textile shop and a guy that makes like weapons out of just unholy materials.
Yeah, it's unclear what he was doing before we came in there. Like, did he just make doorknobs before then? And then
I'm sure he did, because if it's a thing you could conceivably use as a weapon, he makes it.
I just imagine, like, before you came in and said, hey, we're going to need some weapons, he was,
Bear
like...
claws, fans, chairs.
Yeah. Like, I imagine he was, like, making regular things, but then you offered to pay him to make weapons, and he was totally on board with that.
Yeah.
But Inaba is a very boring plain town, and you see this a lot with its characters, which are very different from Persona 3's.
Mm-hmm. They're a lot more, like, rural.
Yeah.
Like, the Persona 3 people mostly feel like city folk.
Yeah. One thing I think of when I compare Persona 3 to Persona 4, one of the issues of a social link in Persona 3 was one guy didn't want to go to medical school.
Yeah.
Which is something that is very...
not relatable?
Yeah, I can afford to go to medical school, and they want me.
But I don't want to.
And then you have Persona 4 issues of... Man, girls are weird, right? I'm just gonna play soccer. That's something I can do.
Let's polish those balls, or however that thing goes.
Yeah.
How does it go? Like, I love balls. Whatever from the Hot Daisy comic.
I love them balls.
Yeah,
man, you gotta
what
stop polishing those balls, man. I can't stop, man. These balls are on fire.
Yeah, that's it.
Other issues that are exclusive to Persona 4 that I can't imagine happening anywhere else is... Chie's issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Which is?
Chie wants to be a vigilante, I think.
She wants to be in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, she wanted to get strong to defend the weak in her own...
basically a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah. But, and I can't imagine anyone in the city really doing that.
Not really.
Yeah, because, like, once you're in the city and you start doing that, then you become... You're actively doing it for the attention.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, you have to live in bumfuck nowhere to develop that kind of, like, motivation.
Yeah. Yosuke's issue of there is nothing to do downtown. That's
basically most of their problems is, like, this place sucks, and I want out.
Yeah, you see that with Yukiko, you see that with Yosuke, you see that with Adachi.
Yeah.
What's another issue that only works in Inaba? Oh yeah, Adachi's issue.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a golden thing. But
yeah.
his issue...
we'll talk about that. I can't wait to talk about Golden.
Adachi, even in here, still has a very city folk going to this bumfuck nowhere place motivation. Dojima only works because it's in Inaba.
Right, it's such a shitty small town, and they have, like, no police resources.
Yeah, that, and it's such a shitty small town, I could conceivably find someone here.
Yeah.
So, that's something that really works well for Inaba. It offers a new set of issues that you can only tackle in the middle of Morio.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I like the small town sort of places because Tokyo and like big cities in Megami Tensei are so played out.
Yeah. It's nice.
I like just like small, compact kind of place.
Inaba is compact.
Yeah, sure, compact, and by that I mean giant. Like if you took Inaba and just put all the things that actually matter in one in one spot, it would be like a block.
They actually kind of have that.
They basically do. That's like the civilization part of Inaba.
That's the shopping district, and that's everything there is to do in Inaba.
Especially Junes.
Oh man, I love Junes.
Me too.
But that's another thing that only can happen in Inaba. People hating Junes because putting things out of
it's like a Walmart.
It is a very rural town issue. And it's something that can strike a chord with some people more than others.
Yeah.
Like, you lived in Atlantica your whole life. Do you relate to Inaba?
Excuse me, New Orleans?
Right, Atlantis.
What'd you call it, Atlantica?
That's what they call it in The Little Mermaid.
Oh, no, I don't live in The Little Mermaid. I'm a few streets down.
Oh yeah, you're in Bikini Bottom.
Yes.
So...
What about New Orleans?
Does Inaba strike a chord as familiar to you?
Not really.
Like, is there...
New Orleans in general is a pretty, like, urban place. Pardon my racism. But, like, there's really not that many, like, small town kind of areas. You would have to venture a bit to find those.
Well, I lived in a small town kind of area.
Oh, and how was that?
Inaba is pretty accurate because I found myself on quite a few days, like, hey man, we're doing nothing. Let's walk over to Target.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to a couple places like that. Just recently, I was over a few hours away where my grandma lives, and there was this shitty bumfuck town we went to. There was so nothing there. Like, you can tell a place is a nothing when they have, like, really specialized stores. Like, there was one, I forget what it was. It was some shit, like, really specific, some repair shop. Like, vacuum repair or some shit.
So specific.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you get when you're... That's something that kind of sticks out with Inaba. There's things that can only exist in Inaba. And in a sense, I kind of like that Inaba's weapon shop more than I liked Persona 3's.
I like that guy because it's so funny, the idea that this cop is like low-key helping us fight supernatural entities.
Yeah, but I like the idea of there just being some guy who has no idea where you're getting these things.
What this material is, but he still makes shit out of it.
Yeah.
They're both funny.
Yeah, it's really great. Though, the absolute best Persona shopkeeper comes from Persona 2. The one that no one played. Where you made a rumor...
Persona 2?
Huh?
What's Persona 2?
Exactly. But you make a rumor that some random guy with a weird nose is from the Italian mafia.
Okay.
So he'll sell you weapons. And then and it works because that's Persona 2's gimmick. But he has no idea what the Italian mafia is. But he's getting shipments from it. It's great.
Oh. Persona 2 sounds great, but it's too bad I'll never play it.
You don't want to play it.
I do! I just don't have the time, quote unquote.
Eternal Punishment, that's a game, but Innocent Sin is just schlock.
Oh, I love me some schlock.
People in the comments, fight me on this. And I will defend myself.
Fifth question of the day, an actual good narrative or schlock, which is better?
Eternal Punishment has a good narrative, but we're not talking about good narrative.
That's
we're
not the one with
Persona
Hitler, right?
4.
Yeah, let's talk about Persona 4. That's much better.
Yeah. Another thing that really works well with Inaba is the idea of a TV world. Because I can imagine people in bumfuck nowhere, like, they're more fascinated.
Likely to stick their heads into a TV?
That, and more likely to, like...
Be fascinated by TVs.
Yeah, they're more fascinated.
When do they live in, the 40s?
They basically do. Inaba takes place in 2011, yet a lot of them are still using CRTs.
That's cool, though.
It is very cool. The CRT thing is definitely something that sticks out to me about Inaba.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I played Persona 4, it was on a CRT. And that was...
For me, it was on my shitty fucking laptop that could barely emulate the thing.
But now we're in the future, and you own it physically, right?
I own it from PSN.
Not
physically. I haven't had a PS2 actually until recently.
Yeah. I like the Persona 4 box art. This isn't on the docket, but I really love that box art.
That box art's pretty good.
Yeah, like I've been tired at times, and I have looked at that box art, and I analyzed that box art.
What the fuck?
I have analyzed that box art.
What is being tired have to do with it?
Well, when you're really tired, you do things like analyze the Persona.
What secrets have you learned from it?
All right. Here's the big what's what about this.
Okay, please tell me.
So, Yu is coming through the middle. He is creating a fucking rift in Inaba.
Okay.
Like, his appearance is earth-shattering.
Yeah.
That's why things are split down the middle right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see. And Teddy, he's crucial, but he's in the TV, so he's kind of an outsider.
True.
Yeah. But he's crucial, so he's, like, up there in the front.
Okay.
No, he's not, like, there in the front.
Okay.
He's not supposed to be. And then Persona 4 The Golden's box art is complete shit. It's just a bunch of people standing up in fucking space.
Yeah.
There's no deep meaning here.
There's no lines. Nothing split in half.
Dude.
Who designed this fucking thing? But it was Fred Fox.
That is an old internet joke. That's the type of thing that people in Inaba reference.
AVGN. AVGN is pretty hip with them.
Yeah. But Inaba is only like half of Persona 4's setting. The other half is inside the TV. And this is something that changed a lot from the beta, but there's still a lot of very interesting design choices going on there. I like the backstage look they have.
Yeah.
It is very cool, and it makes sense.
I like how it's got all the, like, I don't know what the term is for this, but, like, the police lines of the corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like how the idea of the backstage type thing being, like, the hub for the TV
Yeah, that's
world.
cool.
It's great, because it's all like, oh, I get it, now we're going to the sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see what they did. But all the dungeons, they really tie the characters together. Especially the shadows. If they were to have just regular old Tartarus again, some bland, uninspired bullshit,
Damn.
The shadows
Poor
wouldn't
Tartarus.
have as much impact. Oh, I love Tartarus.
Yeah. I like the idea of Tartarus more than I like Tartarus itself, because the idea of just this constantly, like, never-ending fucking dungeon I think is cool.
Yeah. I like a good dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
The dungeons that stick out most to me in Persona 4 are the secret base, because it has a great aesthetic going on, and I kind of want to make a...
And because it's Naoto's.
Yes. But also, I kind of want to collaborate with you. Well,
Okay.
more than I already do, but actually
Collaborate.
write something.
Okay. About?
I want to do a... It's not exactly a demonology, but a...
A dungeonology?
No. Sort of about... about Featherman. Yes.
Okay.
Because there's actually a lot of references to actual Sentai in it. Notably, Jetman, which the Jetman logo is present a lot in Naoto's dungeon. Like, it is straight up the same logo. Heaven sticks out just because I love the visual design as well as the music.
Oh yeah, that song's great.
Yeah, I'll upload it.
Because it's such a, like, weird dungeon song. It's so, like, peaceful.
Yeah. But it makes sense. Like, well, what else would you play in Heaven?
Yeah. Like, death metal.
Magatsu Inaba is a great dungeon in theory, in that they try to mix things up, but Persona 4's engine was not made to mix things up.
Okay, what do you mean?
Adachi's, like, shitty game that he plays for a floor, where if you run into an encounter, you get sent back to the beginning. Yeah,
okay.
The Persona 4 engine was not made to do such things. It was not made for a stealth section.
My favorite dungeon is probably the strip club.
Because it is a strip club as a dungeon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Two dungeons that, like, don't stick out at all after you've seen them all are probably the castle and sauna.
Yeah, I'd say so. The sauna is probably more forgettable than the castle.
The sauna is forgettable because at first it's like, oh man, this is a super sexual dungeon. But then Rise's dungeon comes along.
Yeah, and completely usurps it.
Yeah, and then Kanji's dungeon is like, what's this? What is this gay bullshit? It is actually gay bullshit.
Nuh-uh, how you know it's gay?
Because he says it like that. The social links in 4 are a lot more relaxed than they were in 3. I believe there are actually a few extra days if you are doing a 100% social link run.
Oh yeah, Persona 3 is fucking brutal.
Yeah. Persona 3 has you tied to a schedule, whereas Persona 4, they will let you get away with some things.
Yeah, they'll give you a little bit of leeway.
Yeah. Another major change from Persona 3 to 4 is the change from the moon system to the weather system.
An objectively better system.
Yeah, I don't see anyone being like, you know what they should bring back? The moon.
The moon. Like, the moon only works because, like, it's integral to Persona 3's plot. And there's no reason to have the moon other than that.
And the weather is both integral to Persona 4's plot, as well as integral to its gameplay.
Yeah, it's just more dynamic. Like, what's the moon gonna do? Look different?
No.
Stab me?
Notably absent from Persona 3 to Persona 4 is multiple fizz types.
Yeah.
This is an actual problem.
Yeah. This is pretty annoying.
Yeah. That's something I liked about Persona 3, because even if, like, you had multiple, it kind of encouraged party variety, because different party members would have different
kinds of attacks.
Yeah. Like, Akihiko and Ken both use Zio, but Ken had a pierce weapon, while Akihiko had a blunt weapon.
Yeah.
And because of that, in Persona 4, the main character is no longer capable of equipping anything.
Yeah, all he's got is his longsword, and every physical attack is just the same shit, so whatever.
Yeah. Because of this, there is no longer a ranged option when attacking enemies in dungeons.
Yeah.
That covers social links, that covers...
No, we haven't covered all the social links.
We covered, like...
No, we gotta talk about all of them.
Alright, Fox was shit.
Wow, you talking shit about the Fox?
The Fox was redeemed by the Endurance Run.
Yeah. Endurance Run made me respect Fox more.
Yeah, because in Persona 4 Vanilla, like, just playing it on my own, I was just like, it's Fox, what?
I gave more of a shit about the Fox social link than the Empress.
Oh yeah, Margaret's social link was the most nothing thing.
Not because I dislike Margaret, she's not as good Elizabeth, but, Like, I just don't like fusing for, like, a dumb specific objective, like, get a Jack Frost with Mamudoon or some shit. Like, why would I want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, you can do it in one day, but... It's like the one social link you can do when you're on the last day and about to fight Izanami. The rest of the social links are a mixed bag.
Okay.
Death and Devil stick out as some of the better ones.
I barely remember the Death one.
Whereas Tower...
Tower is ass garbage.
Tower was ass garbage.
That's the one with the shitty fucking kid.
Temperance.
With the big forehead. That kid looks like me.
Temperance also sticks out as dog shit.
What is she? She's stepmom, right?
Yeah.
What a boring fucking thing.
You know, fun fact, on the first 5 runs of Persona 4, I did not know that social link even existed.
Wow.
I kept on replaying it because it was like, wait, where's Temperance? I got to the end.
She's so boring.
I got to the end, and I have not started Temperance.
Like, somehow they've made all the part-time job social links, except for Devil, just shit.
But hey, it's work.
It is work.
You aren't here to have fun.
Fucking kid's making sure I'm not. I don't even remember what his problem was. Something about school?
He had Asian parents.
That explains it. Well, so does every Persona 4 character. Except Teddy, because he's white and he has no parents.
Oh, that's another change from Persona 3 to 4. All the party members have social links now, not just the girls.
Yes! What a lovely change.
And as you progress through their social links, they will do more things.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. The interrupt attacks are always extremely exciting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Chie is, like, the one that everyone remembers.
Yeah, the one where she fucking kicks him out of existence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
None of the other ones were quite as good.
Yeah. That one's the best.
Like, Naoto's, she just shoots a bunch of times. It's basically like a mini all-out attack. Kanji's is kind of cool. He just slams the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a sucker for those slams the ground type moves. I don't think he had, like, a version as big as that in the arena games.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I don't think he had, like, anything where he slams the ground.
Yeah. Well, he kind of did, but it wasn't, like... It didn't create a fucking earthquake or pillar of energy. It didn't do any Dragon Ball bullshit.
It wasn't like a limit break.
Yeah. They're basically limit breaks.
That's pretty much what they are.
They're most similar to Final Fantasy VI's Desperation attacks, where they are very infrequent. They will also take a hit for you when you would die.
Yeah.
And that's something that really sticks out in the Izanami fight. Because they die harder than they have died before.
Oh yeah, they die for you, literally.
Yeah.
Alice would be proud.
And with all these talks about social links and tone changes, I think it's time to talk about tone.
No, let's talk more about the social links.
What do you have to say about them?
Okay, let's see. Let's talk about every single one of them.
Alright, Yosuke's is kind of gay.
I agree.
Moving on, I think next up is... Alright, 2 is... Priestess, that's Yukiko. Yukiko is a repeat of what her dungeon was about.
Most of the problems that are involved with your party members are just like the same shit.
Yosuke's is different. Yukiko's is the fucking same. Next up,
the same shit.
Next up, we got the Emperor. It is a repeat of Kanji's thing. but it's
It's
taken
fun
in a different enough way that it's fun.
Yeah. It's still dealing with the same, like, base issue, but
It's
entertaining.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a pass.
Empress, we've talked about it. It's shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
It's shit, but it's short, so we can't really be too mad at it.
Yep.
Alright, what's next?
Dojima, I guess? This isn't really in a good order.
Hold on, let me get my fucking tarot card list. Yeah. Next up is Dojima. Dojima sticks out as one of the most memorable social links because everyone's done it, and it is a more
mature
issue than the other ones.
Yeah, because a lot of the time the social links are like about other teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's nice getting ones that are about adults. I find the adult social links are always some of the best because they're about mature shit, like the Devil in Persona 4, Tower in 3, Devil in 3.
Next up, Lovers. Lovers is... I don't even remember what really happened in it. I remember...
That was just like idol drama bullshit garbage with Risei.
She was all like, oh, Kahneman's the new hip idol? I want to be an idol again. But she says that as she's dating you. Which is the thing that idols are not supposed to do.
Ultimate no-no.
Yeah. Man, I wish I was an idol right now. But she's saying as she's having a hot makeout scene.
Yeah.
What garbage.
So you gotta take a pick. It's either you're a man and you work with tofu the rest of your life, or you're an idol and you never get dicked again.
Yeah.
Or you end up like Hi Puffy Amiyumi. Nobody wants to be Hi Puffy Amiyumi.
I'm glad we brought them back into things.
I don't know if we've ever actually mentioned them in a video. I'm sure we have, at some point.
Alright, Chariot. It's not the same issue as her Shadow, but it's not a particularly compelling issue.
I don't even remember what the issue necessarily was. Was it about just her being, like, kind of tomboyish?
Her issue with her Shadow was being tomboyish. Her issue with her social link is...
I know there's a lot of training involved.
I must train, but why do I fight?
Yeah.
Justice, non-occurs.
She was having a shonen manga breakdown.
Justice is non-occurs, and nobody really has any complaints about non-occurs.
Oh, hers is so good.
Yeah. It is
one of the few annoying, like, children's social links that's not annoying.
Yeah.
Persona 3 actually had a pretty good little babby social link with,
Michael.
Shit.
Michael.
Yeah, what was her arcana?
I believed it was...
Was it Hangman?
I believe it was.
And that was another pretty good one.
Yeah.
Nanako's is better, though.
Your child's social links are best when it's about parent issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Ken's social link in Persona 3 Portable was the most nothing thing ever.
I've never done it, because I don't want to fuck a Shota.
Well, why not? Are you not into straight Shota?
Oh, never. Yeah, I'm into that. The idea of me doing it is kind of gay.
Hermit the Fox. He was saved by memes, but before then it was a very bad social link.
I kind of like the idea of, like, helping people out, but then it's like, what the fuck does this have to do with the fox?
Yeah. Like,
but then again, how do you make a fox into a social link?
I feel like if they just made that social link Town of Inaba.
Yeah, but that would be kind of weird, having the whole town share, like, a link.
Yeah. People of Inaba.
That would work best if it was, like, that was the full Arcana, or Judgment, or some shit, or, like, Aeon, even.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, your big social link for the end. It requires you helping out the town.
Yeah.
Fortune, my bae, my love, my Naoto.
Newt.
I love her.
Yeah, she's okay.
Her social link is great because it has actual branches.
Mm-hmm.
And is
it's probably the most, like, interesting social link in terms of, like, the little story that's going on in it.
Yeah. Is it an actual issue? Definitely not.
Not really. It's all just a big game her grandpa's setting up.
Yeah. Her grandpa is the Persona 5 protagonist.
Yeah.
The issue, if you want to call it that, is Naoto is just not having as much fun as she used to.
Oh, no.
Not exactly the most compelling issue, but definitely one of the more fun and interesting social links.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Plus, it's the only one to have... one of two to have a reversal in it.
Oh, what's the other one?
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Strength. Either you get rich balls or gay balls.
Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather have rich balls.
Yeah, rich balls is probably better.
Yeah. Hangman. Oh, you know this one more than I do.
Oh, that guy's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that bad. People like to shit on this social link, but I don't really mind it that much.
I don't mind it, but I also don't really remember.
You don't care for it?
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of alright seeing, like... Because the whole thing is about him coping with his sister being dead, and,
it's a more...
Like, the fact that now he's got to run the business, and then he has to deal with the threat of Junes taking over.
So that... It's a more interesting, like, someone died social link. Especially
it makes Saki Konishi's death not really more impactful, but like...
More of a deal. More of a thing.
Yeah, more of a deal. Because you kind of retroactively care. Not really for Saki at all, but for Naoki, I think his name is. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Yosuke's problems.
Yeah, Yosuke's was just like, yeah, I want to fuck this bitch. Oh no, she's dead. But with Naoki's like, my sister is dead, my family's fucked, I don't want to run this place, even if I do, Junes is going to take over.
Yeah. Death. It's an old lady, and old lady social links are fun.
I guess so. What other old lady social links have there been? There was the one in Persona 3, but that was with a dude and a woman.
It's just not... Old people are great.
I disagree. I hate old people. I wish I was joking. I'm legitimately not. I despise them.
Oh man, Fither hates granddads.
Not really. It depends, but in general, they're not trustworthy.
That is a separate video that you need to make now.
Why Fither hates old people.
Yes. And then you have the super clickbaity thumbnail.
Of like an old person with a bunch of arrows and circles.
Yeah.
Like an explosion.
And then you're looking at him dismissively.
With a pouty face, my arms crossed.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's on there. It says Star Wars in the bottom. Star Wars spoilers.
Wait, Ben Kenobi's involved?
Wait a minute, Han Solo was black all along?
Temperance. I legit have never finished this.
I have not either. I've gotten like 1 or 2 in, and then I'm like, this is the most boring schlock shit.
I've gotten 1 or 2 in, and every time I've just forgotten it existed.
Oh, she's so forgettable.
Yeah, and you have to go...
It's
you
so
really
boring.
have to go out of the way to do it. Because there's not...
It's not even, like, frustrating boring. It's just so dull.
Because you need to... You need to go to the bus stop to do the social link. And it's not like the other ones where there's a person with a convenient arrow saying, talk to me.
Yeah, like, you're gonna run into Rise, Kanji, Naoki, fucking Death, fucking everybody on your way down there.
And all... No, you're going to run past there several times. And find everyone else along the way.
Yeah.
And it's not a night social link where it's like, well, I have nothing better to do.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been, like, at night, but then that would be kind of weird, because it's like, why are you hanging out with this married woman at night?
They could have done that with Golden when you were tending a bar.
Yeah. Dude, that would have been a sick fucking socialing, like, bartending part-time job.
Yeah. I think we'll probably have that in Persona 5, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, dude, I fucking hope so! I want to meet just, like, the shadiest people in Persona 5.
You've already met Tanaka.
Oh, yeah, he's the best.
Speaking of the devil, we got the devil.
The devil! Oh boy, the devil. Lady Devil.
Yeah. She is an interesting slut.
I don't know why Narukami didn't tap that. Like, I tried my damnedest to get it to happen too, but it just wouldn't.
But the right answer is to not tap it.
But why?
Because it's not about the doctor dick, it's about...
She's a nurse.
Healing.
I can heal that puss real good. I think she needs a little bit of sexual healing.
That was the worst.
I know, I'm sorry.
Cut that out.
No! No, that was a good thing.
No, just replace it with, I think she's a little redacted.
Redacted. Removed.
Data expunged. Tower. Nobody likes
No, we need to talk about the devil more.
What else is there to say?
What do you think about the devil?
I'm down with the devil.
Me too. Why wouldn't the game let me get down with the devil, though?
Well, you gotta beat the devil out of her.
I don't want to. What do you think I am, Bob Ross?
Yeah. and let's just keep going. We're almost at Bob Ross.
Is Narukami a gay?
We're almost...
I mean, if you want him to be, I guess he is.
Alright, Tower. Nobody likes this.
Tower. Oh, Tower's a shit kid that looks just like me.
Yeah. He is the least popular social link.
According to?
My assumptions.
You would probably be right.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't have much of an appeal going on with him.
Yeah.
Star. Teddy. That's the story plot.
Mm-hmm.
So, does it count?
Does it even count?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
It gives him his awakened persona, but then in the future games he doesn't have it, so fucking who knows.
Yeah. Moon is I know you don't like her because she's a bitch.
Yeah,
but I'm
not too big into the bitches.
I'm down with bitches.
You're down with the bitches?
I'm down with the bitchness.
Why do you like the bitches?
I like having a character who is not on board with you.
Okay.
And that's nice. I like how she has
So you're a masochist.
Crush. I like how she has her own crush.
Yeah, that's nice.
She is the only social link that you can reverse and super reverse.
Oh god, how do you super reverse it? What's your social link even about? Because I've never finished it.
It is it's the social link that kind of felt the most Western to me.
Okay.
Because I don't think this is a thing in Japan of dating someone to make someone else jealous.
Oh, that's such a stupid thing.
I think that's more of a Western trope than a Japanese one, because I've never seen it. Have you ever seen...
I don't know, Japan in general is like the most asexual country.
Have you ever seen any other anime type thing have a plot where they are dating to make someone else jealous?
Not that I can immediately recall.
Like, you have jealous people, but you aren't trying to make them jealous.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would want to invoke a Yandere basketball player. But, I don't know, maybe she's into that.
That's a bad tactic for women to try.
Yeah.
Because men kind of know when to back off.
Yeah.
So any girls in the audience, don't do this. Men don't like that. We get the signal to back off.
Yeah. Next up is the sun, and we got two suns. We got...
Oh, yes, one of them's good.
We got the Toot Toot sun, and we got the drama sun.
Okay.
Now, you're a fan of the Toot Toot.
I love Toot Toot Sun. Which is my Native American name.
But as for our sun social links, nobody really hates Ayane, but...
No, people do, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
how that's possible, I don't know.
What is the strongest... What could you have a strong emotion about with her?
Love.
Yeah, I don't really have any strong feelings about either of them. And that brings us to the plot social links of Judgment and Zawaldo.
The Fool, though. The Fool, too, right?
That is also plot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they started using the Fool as the plot social link.
Shit if I know. I mean, what else is it gonna be used for?
With social links out of the way, let's talk about tone. Let's talk tone.
Okay, let's talk tone.
It is tone time.
Tone time. Titty?
Yeah. Now, a common criticism of Persona 4 is it is played with the anime bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But, on the flip side of things, if you look solely at vanilla Persona 4, and only that game, you will find very little anime bullshit.
Yeah, there's really not that much, like straight up anime hijinks.
Yeah.
It has just about as much as Persona 3.
I'd say it has less. Because Persona 3 straight up had a beach episode.
That's true. And Persona 4 felt the need to add one. And I think that's part of the problem, is that its reputation gets worse and worse.
Over time, as more things get added to it.
Yeah, and it becomes just this, like, Persona 4 mesh of, like, weeb shit that happened.
Yeah. But vanilla Persona 4, it does not have a beach event. The swimsuits come from a culture festival, which, admittedly, is some anime hijinks.
Oh, that's anime hijinks.
But it also appears in Persona 2 and 3. The other place that you have swimsuits is at the camping trip.
Oh, yeah.
But that isn't really a typical anime hijinks thing. Can you think of many camping episodes?
Oh, not really.
Yeah.
The Japs don't like to camp too much.
Yeah. But that's why Digimon is so Western, because it starts off with some kids at summer camp.
The only camping I can remember is in, like, Dragon Ball. I swear, they go camping and shit goes wrong, like, 3 times in the Dragon Ball movies. Dragon Ball Z, I mean.
Yeah. And that's the movies. Those aren't even canon camping trips.
They're not canon camping trips.
Yeah, there's not really much things I can think of that is, like, particularly anime hijinks in Persona 4. It has things, just not as much as you would have in, like, you would find in the Golden.
Right.
They never played in a band in vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Rise didn't even sing until the animation.
You're right.
Yeah. And even then, in the animation, they had her sing in the opening of the episode. I feel like Rise is the character that makes people think that Persona 4 is anime bullshit the most.
That and probably, like, Teddy?
No, not even Teddy.
I mean, Teddy in terms of, like, not necessarily anime hijinks, but, like, the tone of it overall.
Yeah. I can see, but having a light tone and having anime hijinks are two very different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Persona 3 had a part of the game where you went to the beach, hit on some girls, and met a robot girl without emotion. All in the same day.
What a day.
And Persona 4 has you meet an idol and a talking bear thing. And the idol doesn't even do idol things.
She really doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, we got to see her do idol things later on. So good on her there, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Risei was one of the head writers for Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
No wonder. Actually, fun fact, actually. You know that Risei commercial from the beginning of Persona 4? The first thing you see.
The water or whatever that shit is?
Yes. That water is in Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, no way!
It is.
Shit.
And you want to know the best part?
Oh, tell me.
I mean the worst part? I mean...
Oh, yes.
A part? When you use it, you recreate the Risei commercial.
What do you... Oh, God, so you do all the same shit?
Yeah. So, that's neat.
Yeah, debatably.
Yeah. But overall, Persona 4's tone, while it is lighter than Persona 3, it is not as light as people think.
Yeah, it kind of has a bad reputation, I think.
You will not forget that it is a game about murders at any point in the game, in vanilla. Because every time you would come close to, you would have a meeting at the rooftop where you're like, man, these murders.
Oh boy, these murders.
Yeah.
I can't wait to not tell everybody that Adachi was with all the people who died.
I can't believe that people give Naoto shit for not putting up cameras, but don't give Yukiko any shit.
I don't know, they're both pretty bad fuck-ups.
I feel like Yukiko is the absolute worst fuck-up.
She's pretty dumb. They're all pretty dumb.
Yeah. Though, this is mainly because they need to have you solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, what's the point of this game?
And I never even did, because I knew Adachi was the killer, because I had it spoiled for me.
I haven't had Persona 5 spoiled for me.
Me either, somehow.
I actually have had 3 things spoiled.
Oh, no.
I know Ryuji's final persona, and I know the costumes.
I've seen the costumes.
Dude, aren't they great?
They're pretty good.
Tone's light, not as light as people think.
Yeah, it's okay.
And speaking of things that people believe, that's complete bullshit. The belief that Persona 4 took over SMT's place.
Oh.
And
let's talk about that.
That takes multiple leaps of logic. Alright, so during the Persona 4 dynasty, what has...
Yes, the Empire.
Now, how many games made by Core Atlas were made?
How many games in general, or just Megami Tensei?
How many Megami Tensei games?
Okay, let me think.
Like,
what year did Persona 4 come out?
I believe it was 2007.
Okay.
2008.
Did Raito 2 come out before or after that? Because I know Raito 2 is like a pretty late PS2 release.
Alright. Raito 2 was 2008.
Okay, so that's one.
And
both Devil Survivors.
Yeah, they were both in... Persona 4 and Raito were both in 2008, but Raito came out later.
Okay. Both of the Devil Survivors, I think, came out after. Strange Journey, I believe, came out after. SMT4 definitely did. Shit, what else?
Of the core games that Atlas themselves would work on. I guess maybe you have Persona Q as another game that Atlas worked on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the Etrian Odyssey team.
Yeah.
You have Persona 3 Portable, which is I can't really call it a port, because...
it's kind of a port. It's like a port update.
It is a remake.
I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
To call it a straight-up remake?
Yeah. We have the portable versions of Persona 2 and Persona 1.
Unless you live in the United States.
Then you
only have like 2/3 of the equation.
Yeah. So yeah, Atlas themselves did not work on a lot of the Persona 4 Dynasty games.
Yeah, fucking... The arena games were made by, Arxis.
Persona Q is made by the Etrian Odyssey team.
Yeah. And what was Dancing All Night? Was that Atlas?
That was Sega.
Oh, okay. Which owns Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at it, it's really not that much new shit. It's mostly just, like, ports and updates.
And
as far as, like, they make.
And things made by other people. Now,
yeah, like, obviously with these other games that are made by other companies, they have a hand in the creation of it.
Yeah, but this is not taking the place of anything. This is just an extra thing they are doing to make more money.
Right.
And I can't imagine Megami Tensei Arena selling as much as Persona 4.
Oh, God, no.
Like,
I'd play the fuck out of it.
I'd play the fuck out of it, too.
That sounds awesome.
But you'd be lying to yourself if you think that there'd be more, like, mainline characters than more interesting characters.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine, like, Law Hero having a compelling moveset with throwbacks.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make, like, a fighting game out of Megami Tensei, because a lot of them are very similar.
Yeah.
Like, SMT1 protagonist, Aleph, and Flynn. Like, how do you make them really different?
Yeah. But, Space Marine and Rhino, those would be great.
Yeah, they'd be cool, because they got all kinds of different shit.
Yeah. Now, one complaint I do see is people saying that it took too long for Persona 5 to come out. But at the same time, you got all those mainline Megami Tensei games, as well as other spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you're just complaining about not getting the sequel to Persona 4.
One interesting thing, I don't know if this is necessarily an effect of Persona 4, but after Persona 4 came out, Megami Tensei was pretty much handheld exclusive.
I'd say that that's more of an exception than I'd say it's more Nocturne was an exception than anything. Like, Nocturne and 9, those are exceptions to the rule of Megami Tensei being pretty much sprite-based.
Yeah.
Like, at first they were on the Super Nintendo.
Digital Devil Saga.
Those aren't mainline.
I mean, well, they're Megami Tensei. Shin Megami Tensei is... Like, okay, let's think about this. 2 on the SNES...
And that's just because
Nocturne.
Like, there wasn't, like, handhelds weren't really a viable option for these types of games.
Right. And then Nocturne, Strange Journey was going to be 4, but I don't know what happened with that. They were just like, nah. Then 4.
Yeah.
And then 4 Apocalypse, if you want to count that.
Yeah. So that is one game that was not on, like, that was not sprite-based. And they...
It's also the only one not on a Nintendo thing.
Yeah. So, people who expected, like, the next big Shin Megami Tensei game on PS3, they really should not have expected that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can understand wanting it. Like, I definitely do too. But like, I made a whole video about this. Is that it's just not a really feasible idea. Like, it's a feasible idea, but there's a difference between one you can do and one you should do.
Yeah. I'd see with Persona 5 coming, we have a better shot.
Yeah, definitely. My opinion on that whole thing has changed like in the year since I made that video. Because Persona 5 killed a lot of the theoretical work you would have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the 3D demon models that are new.
Yeah. Now, granted, there are going to be a few... It doesn't have every major recurring demon in it.
Right.
Now, one thing I would say would be something to worry about is if you saw a Persona design in a mainline game.
Yeah, then I would freak out.
Yeah. The day we see, like, Izanagi DLC for a Shin Megami Tensei game, that's when it's all like, alright.
Okay, now let's panic.
Yeah.
Like, so far, they've done a very good job of keeping, like, S&T and, like, Megami Tensei in general kind of away from Persona.
Like, seeing Izanagi would be on the same level as seeing a Demi-Kid's design. As for its other reception that Persona 4 received, it was overall very positive.
Oh, absolutely.
Persona 4 was overwhelmingly well received at first.
Mm-hmm. At first. Yeah.
It took the Tumblr by storm.
Yeah.
And got...
It took the whole internet by storm, basically.
Yeah. We got the extremely popular I Am Daisy comic.
That comic's great.
Yeah. We have probably the most entertaining Let's Play in the Persona 4 Endurance run.
That is such a great Let's Play.
Mm-hmm. And
like, if you need just like 80 hours of just like background noise, go watch that. It's great.
You know, Vinny is actually talking about doing a Persona 5 run. I know.
Oh, dude.
I want it so much.
Oh, me fucking too.
I mean,
I would love to do a Persona 5 Endurance run with you, but that takes more effort than I could possibly conceive of.
Yeah.
I just want to play the game and say fuck it. And then we'll make 1 million videos about it.
Yeah. Count them.
Because I'm sure we'll have enough content for 1 million videos. Of just shit to talk about.
You know what? Screw it. Right here, I'm declaring it. We will make 100 videos about Persona 5.
Okay, I accept the challenge. 100 videos about Persona 5. Now, does this mean specifically about Persona 5 or just relating to Persona 5?
Relating to Persona 5.
Okay, so if I make, like, a demonology that happens to have, like, Captain Kidd or some shit, does that count?
That counts.
Okay, awesome.
And I will count my own things to an extent, even though they're just mashups.
Okay.
It wasn't until things got noticeable with the spin-offs that people started to have backlash against it.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly wouldn't know because I wasn't really around necessarily when the, like when it first came out.
Yeah.
Most people, I think it took them a few years of it being out to kind of notice it.
Yeah. But once there were, like, things readily available, that's when you start to notice, holy shit, Persona 4 is getting a lot of things now.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the first of many things, and probably the one that we can squeeze in at the end here. Persona 4 the animation.
Oh boy.
Also known as the beginning of the end.
the great Deathbringer.
It was not exactly like the Deathbringer. It's more like
the Death Starter.
It's like breaking a mirror or seeing an Absol.
Okay. Like walking under a ladder.
Yeah. Like,
it's like, oh shit.
This is a bad omen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Persona 4 the animation is a wonderful adaptation of Persona 4.
Ignoring the animation quality problems, yeah.
Yeah. It arguably tells the story better than the original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Albeit with a bit more hijinks type scenes, but that's just to, like, you know, keep airtime.
Yeah, it's just to kind of pad it out.
Yeah. Social links are noticeably reduced, and some were completely changed. Like, remember Naoto's social link didn't even get a scene, a real scene, during an episode? Her social link was just a blurb at the end of an episode while the credits were running of her eating the beef bowl with you and giving her thoughts on it.
Okay. What a great social link.
Yeah. The animation also completely changed the Mitsuo and Izanami fights and made them good.
Damn.
Retooling the fights into sort of non-fights of just you facing something he didn't want to face is better than what we had. It fits the idea of reaching out to the truth much better.
Yeah, than a real fight.
Yeah. A real fight is not reaching out to the truth, it's reaching out to your face.
Yeah, we talked about this at length in the previous one, about how it doesn't really make sense why Izanami would want to physically fight you.
Yeah.
Like, with Nick's avatar, it makes perfect sense, because you're not really going to be able to reason with this thing.
Yeah. But Izanami is completely reasonable.
Yeah, if all Izanami wants is for humanity to seek the truth, then she should be like, alright, cool.
You done it.
Great. Bye.
Yeah. And she does
Come
that
by
after
the gas
the
station.
Fight. She does that after the fight, too.
Yeah, after you beat her ass.
No, you don't even beat her, because...
Yeah, right, you just truth her.
Yeah.
Or something.
And then she just is like, oh, so you wanted the truth. Alright.
I get it.
Oh, it wasn't clear before?
It's like one of those moments when you're talking with somebody who doesn't speak English, and it's like, it clicks. It's like, that's what you want.
Yeah. The idea of Izanami, you're like, oh. I get you. I get it now. I am so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus, you're friends. I'll get them out.
Okay, which soul was them?
Yeah.
I'll just bring
the
them all back.
The gay one was the bear, right?
I'll bring them all back.
Yeah, whatever.
Shinji, sure. That sounds like
Shinji, yep, that's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Homeless guy?
Yeah.
Puts him in Kanji's body.
The animation also had a neat little extra character that was probably done for marketing purposes to say that we added a new character.
Yeah, come watch our show, you guys. Buy some merchandise that doesn't actually exist.
They did not release any Ica merchandise.
They should have, because I would have bought it.
I would totally buy like one of those like pull back toys where like you pull it back and then it goes forward.
And it just goes. I want to get like a figure of her on her little scooter.
I want her on her scooter, but then you like pull it back and then it makes her go.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Aika. How Aika's the best. She's even better than Ayane.
She is very dedicated to her job, and I like her.
Oh, that's
like
good.
That.
I like a woman who works.
So I don't have to.
Pretty much.
She's pretty great, and they kind of hint at her in all future things, really.
Yeah.
The absolute worst of that is in Persona 4 The Golden, where they constantly are like, "Aw, you just missed Aika. She was just here."
Wait, they talk about her?
They talk about her frequently.
But she doesn't show up.
She is never on screen, but
that's so
every
weird.
time you go to get the beef bowl, her dad will now talk about how you just missed Aika and how great she is.
That's so weird. Like, that's kind of funny. But since I have the knowledge of who Aika is, I'm just like, well, I want to see her.
Yeah. You can't. I
want to do the Aika social link.
She's forbidden.
No.
What would Aika's social link even be about?
Oh, fuck.
Like, you can't help her with her delivery. She's already perfect at that.
She's already superhuman.
She's being accepted in that Hope's Peak Academy? I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta find out about the woman under the deliveries. Or whatever.
Do you think there is a woman under the deliveries?
I'm pretty sure she's a woman.
Are you sure she's not an escaped Kirijo group android?
Who was repurposed for this?
I got androids. Does that mean I'm an android too?
There's just a whole laboratory of them underneath the ramen shop. That's how they're able to make the delivery so fast. Not because she's fast, it's just because there's so many of them. And they're deployed all over.
How high-tech for such a small shop in Inaba. But aside from that, the animation is ultimately a really good adaptation that I recommend.
Yeah, it's fine.
I recommend it to anyone who is completely incapable of playing Persona 4 by any means.
If you have, like, no arms or something.
If you have
In which case, I'd say try with your feet, and
yeah.
if not, maybe watch the animation.
Yeah. Like, if you don't have a computer, any PlayStation device, a friend, and your only means of watching this video is like your phone or a local library, then I guess the animation is an acceptable substitute for playing the game.
Yeah. Now here's the problem with the animation, is that it made it too easy for people to get into Persona.
Yeah, you don't
Persona 4 specifically.
You don't even need arms or legs anymore. You could be from Katawa.
Yeah, you don't even need to try. And in Persona 4, you barely need to try to begin with.
Yeah. But now
there's no effort.
Yeah. Even if the animation is too complex for you,
somehow,
there is still loads of fan material at this point. There's the I Am Daisy comic and Endurance Run, as I've mentioned before.
Yeah.
So, now the area of entry is basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a basic idea of the characters because they're pretty easy to simplify. It is now very easy for spin-offs to happen. And here's where things start to go downhill.
Yeah.
Here's where
now we've made it too easy to, like, fuck with it.
Yeah.
And so now Atlas will.
Yeah. Persona 4. Really good game.
Yeah, I love it. I like Persona 3 more, but Persona 4 is pretty good.
Yeah. Now, tune in next time when things continue.
Sadly.